Hey, my name is Teresa Liang, and are you turned off by real estate investing because of bad tenants? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to mitigate that risk so you're only going to be getting good tenants. So, the first thing that you need to do when renting out to tenants is to have a good screening process. So, what that means is you need to have a application form. So a tenant application form is going to be the tenant's going to be able to fill out everything about them, so you'll be able to verify what they say. What you should have in the tenant application is past landlords and the current landlord. And you should always call the landlords to see what kind of tenant they are. Are they messy? Have they paid on time? Those are the type of questions that I would ask. But more important than calling the current landlord, because if they're bad tenants, the current landlord's just going to say, hey, you know what, they were awesome, because they don't want them anymore to live at their place. So what's more important is to actually call the past landlord. Past landlords are going to tell you how the tenant is really like. So the third thing you need to do as a sophisticated investor is to have a credit check. So on your application form, there should be a box that the tenant checks off and that they initial to authorize you to perform a credit check on them. What a credit check's going to tell you is if they can pay their bills on time. Because if they can't even pay their bills on time, the chances are maybe they're not going to pay the rent on time. The fourth thing you need to do is if you're still unsure, or maybe you're not too sure if, and you want to get a feel of how they're going to treat your property, is to walk them to their car. When you walk them to the car, you're going to see if they have a dirty car or a messy car. Now, the difference between messy and dirty is going to be pretty important, because a lot of people are just messy, but they're not dirty. You know what I mean? So there could be perhaps paper in their car, or a book, or maybe a little bit of clothes, and that should be okay. But if their car is dirty and it looks like they've actually lived there, there's like old food there, tons of clothes, and it's just totally dirty, then that's a really good indication of how they're going to treat your place. And finally, if you're really unsure, then what I would do is I would surprise them at their home. So when you're picking up, the deposit check, or their application with their deposit, then I would go to their home when they're least expecting it, when they're home, of course, right? And just to say, hey, you know what, I'm by the area and I can come to your home to pick up the deposit check. And then you're really going to be able to see how they treat their current landlord's home. If they're super dirty, if they're super messy, if they're going to ruin your place, you're going to have a good indication of that. So there you are, 5 tips on how you're going to prevent yourself from having bad tenants. Thanks for watching this video.